Good afternoon. My name is Michelle Billum, and I'd like to welcome you to SRC's Conversation with Science panel discussion. Today, you're going to hear from our current HLAs, who'll be discussing their life as a HLA. You will hear all about their tried and tested HLA academic pathway from the foundation degree to the BSc full degree to the master's degree, all with SRC, Ulster University, and QUB. During the course of the panel discussion, as questions come into mind, don't forget to use our Q&A chat facility on Teams. Type in your question for the panel or SRC staff, which will be answered after the panel discussion takes place. Now I'm going to introduce you to my colleague Sylvia Muirhead, who will advise you on how to register for the one-to-one chats with Almac, Norbert and Randox that will take place next week. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Sylvia, would you like to say hello?
Hello, everybody. So following the panel discussions today, we hope you would like to have a conversation with Almac, Norbert and Randox to find out more about how you could become an apprentice for 2022. Your teacher has already received a link, so you can use that there to register. We'll also put a link into the Q&A chat today. And if you also follow us on our Facebook and Instagram pages on the Southern Regional College or the Business Support and Innovation, you'll be able to register there. Once you register, your details will be sent to the companies and then they'll reach out to you directly to have a conversation, and these will take place next week. There is lots of very rich information here today. So if you're thinking about wanting to become an apprentice, certainly make sure you register. Registration will close this Sunday evening. I'm going to hand back to Michelle.
Okay, just before we start the panel discussion, we're just going to run a quick video from Almac.
Hi, I'm Rachel. Welcome to Randox. You want to know what life is like here? Then join me on a tour of our headquarters, where our first stop is the Marketing, Public Relations and Design Hub. That's right, it takes more than just scientists to run a world-renowned healthcare company. This creative crowd produces brochures, videos, press releases and social media campaigns to promote our diagnostic products. And thanks to the growth of our successful business portfolio, these products are sold in 145 countries, offering our dynamic sales team the chance to travel to the likes of China, Australia and the USA. Though they couldn't do it without our tech-savvy IT team. These computer gurus implement cutting-edge cybersecurity, develop our websites and apps, and design the software for our pioneering diagnostic machines. Machines that are invented and 3D printed here by our engineering experts in state-of-the-art facilities. These revolutionary diagnostic systems are used in hospitals, universities and veterinary labs to ensure fast and accurate disease diagnosis. It's no surprise, therefore, that our engineers work closely with the R&D scientists devising the tests used on our analyzers. These ambitious individuals conduct research into the world's most urgent health concerns, including Alzheimer's disease and diabetes. When you work at Randox, you're making a difference. Whether an apprentice, a full-time member of staff, a student on our Apex placement scheme, or part of our graduate programme, the work you do helps to improve the lives of patients around the world. If you're ready to make your mark, visit our website. Here at Randox, we don't make jobs, we create careers.
Thank you, everybody. Now I'm going to pass you over to Deirdre Murray, who will introduce you to the panel. So sit back and enjoy, and don't forget to post the questions. Thank you. Now, Deirdre.
Thank you, Michelle. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Deirdre Murray. I've been working on the HLA program for the past 7 years. I'm a lecturer in chemistry here in SRC. The HLA in Applied Industrial Science is a work-based program which enables you to earn while you learn. The foundation degree in Applied Industrial Science forms the underpinning knowledge for the HLA program. This is a form of experiential learning by applying academic subject content in a work setting, developing a range of practical work-related skills in decision-making, communications, negotiation skills, and teamwork. There are 2 pathways offered, a chemical sciences and life sciences. Norbert and Almac offer the chemical sciences pathway, and Randox and Almac offer the life sciences pathway. A pass at A-level chemistry is required, although ALMAC also require A-level biology as well. Today we have 4 panelists here with us to have a chat with you and discuss their experiences to date. So first of all, let's start with Sasha. Sasha, can you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Sasha Farrell. I'm currently carrying out the higher level apprenticeship with Queen's University in pharmaceutical analysis. So this is a master's degree at level 7. I work in Norbert in Uri in the pharmaceutical development team as an analyst, carrying out tests on veterinary drugs.
Thank you, Sasha. Oisin, could you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, my name's Oisin, and I came from Lismore Comprehensive School in Craigavon, and I'm working in ALMAC Sciences as an analytical chemist. I've just finished my foundation degree, and I'm working on my bachelor's in pharmaceutical science.
Thank you, Oisin. And Marva, you're also an ALMAC. Can you introduce yourself as well, please?
Hello, my name is Marva Rasul. I'm currently doing a higher level apprenticeship in applied industrial sciences, and I am in my second year and will be progressing on to my level 6 higher level apprenticeship in pharmaceutical sciences. I'm currently employed in ALMAC as an analytical apprentice in the isotope chemistry team, and I previously attended Lurgan College for my A-levels.
Thank you, Marva. And finally, Monique.
Hello, I'm Monique, and I completed the higher level apprenticeship in applied industrial sciences. I'm currently employed with Randox and work as a clinical lab apprentice, and I'm also doing my level 6 in pharmaceutical science.
Thank you, Monique. So I'm going to just go around the panel asking a few questions so you can get a feel of what their life is like. So Marva, we're going to start with you. So why did you become an apprentice? Why did you choose this route?
So during my A-levels, I did work experience in ALMAC, which gave me the chance to learn more about the company, and I found the work ALMAC did really interesting, and it was just a nice work environment. So by the end of my work experience, I knew that I could eventually see myself working in ALMAC, but at this point I didn't know about the higher level apprenticeship, so I assumed this would be something to think about after getting a degree in the science field. But when I was applying to university, I came across an email in my careers class about the higher level apprenticeship in applied sciences, which involved analytical chemistry and ALMAC. And after that, I attended the big apprenticeship event in Portadown, which gave me more information about the course. And I realised it was a quicker way to get where I wanted to be because I had the chance to work in a professional lab while being able to progress with higher education. And at this point, I knew that the higher level apprenticeship was my preferred choice from progression from A-levels, but I still applied to UCAS, so it wasn't until results day that I cancelled my university application and accepted the offer for the higher level apprenticeship.
Thank you, Marva. Very interesting. Sasha, could you just, again, along a similar line, could you just give a description of the A-levels you completed and then why you then went on to become an apprentice?
So I completed my A-levels at the Ladies Grammar School. I did biology, chemistry and accounting. After I was finished my A-levels, I did the foundation degree with SRC, which was the levels 4 and 5, and then I went on to do the bachelor's degree with Ulster and completed that in June there, which is the level 6, and now I'm working on the masters with Queen's. So I became an apprentice because I didn't want to have any student loans, and I liked the idea of studying while learning and earning money at the same time. I initially did want to go to university, but whenever I heard about the apprenticeship, I just thought this was a better route to go down, and I'm glad because I have 4 years experience and I'm currently working on my master's.
Thank you very much, Sasha. But moving on, Oisin, do you think there's enough information out there for people wanting to do an apprenticeship?
Yeah, so I found that when I was in school doing my A-levels in my lower 6th year, there wasn't a lot of information about. There was a few emails and online pages you could find to find this sort of information. And one of them I found was on Facebook. It was advertising the big apprenticeship event in Portadown SRC. So I went along to that, and I got speaking to some of the current Apprentices, and they give me a rundown of how the course works and how work itself works. And I felt like that was a really good insight to what the course entailed for someone who had no real idea. Yeah, and from that, 2 more people in my class in school ended up applying and getting in.
Thank you very much, Osteen. So both Marva and Ashton, you both work in Almac. So Marva, you're currently studying SRC and you're undertaking your foundation degree. What does your working week look like at the moment?
So in my first year, it involved 4 days in Almac and then 1 day in the SRC, which was on Tuesdays. So for my first year in Almac, I shadowed the analytical chemists in my team on a range of analysis and started my own training and completed different competency tests, which ranged from using basic lab equipment to more complicated analytical techniques. And now that I'm in my second year, my working week still involves 4 days in Almac and 1 day in the SRC, but on Thursdays. And now I am more involved in team meetings where we would discuss what analysis needs to be completed, and depending on different timelines and available analytical systems, I would be setting up and completing my analysis from Monday to Wednesday, and then I would attend college or the SRC on Thursdays, and on Fridays I would be processing or writing up my results for compiling data. And my role also involves supporting the analysts in my team by completing weekly and monthly calibrations on lab equipment and working together as a team to drive compliance in our labs.
Thank you, Marva. So, Osteen, you're also in Almac, but how's your working week different as like you're in your third year there?
Yeah, I'm in my third year. So like Marva, I went through the first 2 years of the foundation degree, and I got through all the learning how to do all the regular tasks of calibration and temperature monitoring. But now that I'm in my third year, my bachelor's, I'm able to take on more analysis, which means I'm in contact with customers. I'm running stuff that other uni students who aren't in apprenticeships will only be learning about. I'm running the analysis. I'm doing all the stuff that is only theory when you're in my level in uni. So you get a big sense of achievement when you're at this stage.
Thank you, Osteen. So Osteen and Marva followed the chemical sciences route. So Monique followed the life sciences route and was in the same class as Osteen there. So Monique, how is your working life different going down that route compared to Marva and Osteen there?
Yeah, so the similar things about our work days would be I still go to uni 1 day a week and work in Randox 4 days a week. But as I said earlier, I'm a clinical lab apprentice. So at the minute, I'm testing patient samples that come from our private Randox health clinics. And then I would run this on the Randox biochip. Yeah, that's it.
So how long did it take for you to learn how to run all the analysis? Was there training and all involved?
So in Randox for the life sciences pathway, I've been in 2 different departments. So for my first 2 years of the foundation degree, I was in QC. So that was like doing your quality control. It had quite a lot of paperwork to it. But the training was maybe 3 months, but it was good. And then for now, I've been in RCLS for a year now, and the training maybe only took 2 months, so it wasn't too bad.
I think you've been putting into practice everything you've learned.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you very much, Monique. Apologies. So Sasha, you're the longest in the workplace. You're in your 5th year in Norbert now. So as you progressed through from when you started, it was a big leap going from obviously from school into the workplace and college and trying to balance everything. How were you supported through the process and to get to where you are now?
So yes, we get a lot of support throughout the course, but it just varies on what level of the course you're on. So whenever I did the foundation degree, we would have had a workplace mentor and a college mentor we would have went to for support. And every 6 weeks we would have had meetings to monitor our training and our progress and work, which I found very helpful, as you have like an opportunity to discuss any concerns that you may have. It was also very useful having a mentor at the start of work because they help you settle into the workplace as well. And then for the bachelor's degree, you still have support, but because you've already developed them skills over the first 2 years and you mature since you left school, you don't require as much support, which is similar to the master's as well, which I am currently doing. The support's there if you need it, but it's not needed at the same level in comparison to the start of your apprenticeship.
Thank you very much, Sasha, for that. And so, Marva, what do your friends think if you did an apprenticeship?
Everyone was really supportive of me doing the high level apprenticeship, and they think it's great that I have so many opportunities available to me. They also think it's a great advantage having 4 years of work experience and also gaining financial independence along with that. When I started working in Almac, almost every analyst in my team mentioned that I had a massive head start in terms of career progression because I was able to refine the skills required for the pharmaceutical industry.
Thank you, Marvin. Monique, what do your friends think of you being an apprentice?
Yeah, well, it's the same as my friends. Obviously, as an apprentice, I'm getting paid and I get my weekends free, so they're awful jealous of like the life we get.
Thank you, Monique. So, overall, if you're going to give some advice to an apprentice, Marva, or someone considering the apprenticeship route, what would your advice be?
I think the high-level apprenticeship is a good choice. If you're looking to gain more in-depth experience that a normal university may not provide, if you don't do a placement year, but even with a placement year, the total hours you gain is significantly more with a high-level apprenticeship. The HLA is definitely something that requires a lot of effort, and it's important to do a bit of research to see if it's suited for you. And if studying and working at the same time appeals to you, then I think it's definitely worthwhile looking into. And the high-level apprenticeship is definitely a good balance between refining those analytical skills required to work in a professional lab while also having the chance to progress with higher education.
Yeah, we've got bounce back and forth. So, Monique, do you agree there with Marva?
Yeah, I completely agree. It's a great opportunity and I would highly recommend it to anyone who's thinking about it because you're going straight from doing your A-levels or your BTECs into the professional pharmaceutical environment, and as well as completing your degree, you're getting your experience as well.
Thank you very much, Monique. So, Sasha, do you find it easy to balance all this work and studying? So, Marva and Monique have described this. Is it easy to get that balance right?
It can be difficult at times, but you just have to get into a routine and do your studying for a few hours at night or during the week. It makes it easier to balance the workload. And yeah, you just have to get used to working the 4 days a week, and then you've got your 1 day in studying. And if you have any spare time, got your weekends free, you can meet up with your friends, you can go out and go walks and the gym, and it's quite easy to fit this in during the week as well as you're working your 9 to 5. And then you can also get you can book days off, annual leave. We in Norbert, we get all our bank holidays off as well, so quite easy to fit it in.
Thank you, Sasha. So, Asim, the whole overall experience of being an apprentice, what have you thought about it, or what do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's really just a summary of what everyone said, but you know, we're given a lot of high quality training and work on a good bit of support from the get-go. And even if things seem difficult within your course, the majority of the time you're surrounded by experts, so you're always able to ask for advice. Like for myself, I was able to use my skills to get through to a UK final of this competition called World Skills for the laboratory technician competition. And in June, I had, for the regional qualifier, I had to complete a task, like a lab-based task, which I had no prior knowledge to, and that got me through to last week. I was competing in Manchester for a place on the final team in Shanghai, and here's hoping I get the results on Friday. So here's hoping that goes well.
Thank you very much, Asim. for recounting your experience there. So I'll hand back over to Michelle.
Hi, thank you very much for that. I have to say that was a great panel discussion. There's a lot of information there, and this has been recorded, so we will provide your teachers with this should you wish to hear it again and just hear some more of the detail. But just while we're waiting for some questions to come in, we've had some from some have put forward to Sylvia and myself through email. But just while we're getting that ready, I'm just going to share another video with you from from this one. Sorry, this one is from Almac. It said Almac the first time. Sorry, Sylvia, if you go ahead there.
Yeah, just while Michelle is going to share her screen, remember, if you have any questions that you want to ask, do put them into the Q&A here. Everybody is looking forward to answering all your questions. I'm sure people has some questions, and again, I have put into the chat there the link for registering. So I think Michelle has so somebody has just put in there, so we'll just take this here question: how much does an apprentice earn? So apprentices are paid the minimum wage for their age. An apprentice is not paid the apprentice rate of pay. So if you go on to the SRC website, once the video is actually running, I will post another wee link onto the Q&A here, and there is different sections and different tiles, and one of those there does give you HLA pay. Now, bear in mind that will rise in April 22 when the national minimum wage increases, but it is there now to give you a bit of an idea. So I'm going to just hand over to Michelle, who will now share the video.
Hello, I'm Ashley McConaughey, Talent Acquisition Lead at Almac Group. Here at Almac, we offer a wide range of rewarding and exceptional careers for higher level apprentices in applied industrial sciences, chemical and life sciences, mechatronic engineering and computing. Our higher level apprentices, whose work supports our mission to advance human health, are mentored and supported to achieve their full potential and shine in their careers. They are rewarded with a generous salary and employee benefits package, which includes an enhanced pension, health and wellbeing schemes and flexible working options. As a global pharmaceutical manufacturing and development organisation, we are proud to invest in the next generation of scientists, engineers and technologists by offering exceptional, structured, on-the-job learning and development through the Higher Level Apprenticeship Programme. Why don't you find out more by visiting the link on screen?
Before we hand back, the title that Sylvia will be sharing with you with regards to the pay, that is the minimum wage according to your age. Some companies do pay more, but that will be your definitive starting point depending on the hours that you work. So Deirdre, if you want to hand back to yourself just with regard to any questions there that coming in.
Yeah, no problem, Michelle. So one of the questions there is, how long are you an apprentice for? So the initial contract you receive from your employers for 2 years to complete the foundation degree, which is your level 5 qualification. Following on from that, then it's at the employer's discretion as to whether you can proceed to the BSc as Monique and Osteen have, or to the Masters following on from that as Sasha has. To date, all apprentices who have successfully passed the foundation degree and have wanted to progress onto the BSc or the MSc have been supported by the companies to proceed as an apprentice. So you also, I suppose, have the option after you complete your level 5, your foundation degree, to gain employment with a company and not progress further, or maybe step back on again at a later date. So it's initially for 2 years.
But just to reiterate on that, Deirdre, the apprenticeship, as you progress on each stage, it's a new contract of employment is issued. So once you move to your BSc, it's another 2-year contract, and then a further 2-year contract for your MSc, and then ultimately into full-time employment. And so effectively you will be an apprentice for the 6 years, because you want to be able to avail of the higher level apprenticeship funding, which pays for your fees as long as you're registered as a higher level apprentice, currently your fees are covered for the foundation degree, for the master's degree, and for the BSc degree. They're all currently covered by the Department for the Economy. Okay, Deirdre, thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. So a question there that came in earlier was, what are your plans for your future? So Sasha, who's going to throw it out there, what are your plans for the future?
So I've got a full-time employment last September, so I'm basically going to stay here then. Nothing planned for after the masters. Maybe I'll know more when I'm finished it.
You're happy being at home and seeing your friends and all that. That's brilliant. That's super. Thank you very much for that. Another question is, with that one down there, apologies, it's going to take through them. Is there another big apprentice fair this year? Depending.
I'll take that on. Okay, but we had anticipated we were going to do a live event, but given the current dialogue in the news, it's we've had to get our thinking caps on again. So we're going to do something very similar to what we've done today, but we may do it by occupational area. So we'd have accountancy panel discussion, maybe along with the digital marketing HLAs, and then engineering, the construction, hospitality. So we do accountancy, computing, engineering, construction, digital marketing, hospitality, and we will maybe incorporate that into maybe 3 different panel discussions. We will then go out to employers to ask them to register what would be a virtual stand, which is the conversation with that Almac, Norberts and Randox will be doing next week. So it'll be running along the same sort of plan. Sylvia and myself will be starting to push information out in the social media in early December with regard to it. So it's just make sure that you share that information with your colleagues and friends, because at the moment we're sitting with a potential of I think it's 90 jobs across all HLAs at the moment that employers have committed to, and we're only beginning. So we've had a very, very positive response this year. So there is a lot of interest out there, accountancy particularly. So then there's so is there any other questions there, Deirdre?
No, that's the questions there sorted. If any more come through, we'll answer them. For you, you've got one. I'll just hand back to you, Michelle, then for the last video there.
This one, and the last one is from Norbert. It's from Lillian, who's Dr. Lillian Crummy, who's one of the directors there. So
just if you are interested in applying, applications are open for the HLA now, and you can apply on SRC's website.
Hello, my name is Lillian Crummy from Norbert Laboratories. Our business specialises in the research, development, manufacture and sale of veterinary medicines. Our current apprentice positions are based at our headquarters in Uri, County Down. Due to the current COVID situation, our business has been able to adapt our office, laboratory and manufacturing areas and continue to offer apprenticeships, primarily in HLA 4-5 and HLA 6-7 in pharmaceutical sciences, and also HLA 4-5 in mechatronics. All apprentices have training plans which involve rotation within the business, supported by work-based mentors and HR mentors. For example, those in the pharmaceutical sciences have the opportunity to work in R&D and in quality control, and to continue with a progression pathway through foundation degree to honours degree and to master's degree while working. This has been a very successful programme, and over the last 7 years, we've employed more than 50 apprentices, with many of them securing full-time employment with Norbert after completion of their apprenticeship.
Okay, so that really brings us to the end of our panel discussion, and so we'd like to thank you all for joining us. I find it a very informative afternoon. So we just would like to say, if there is any other further questions or anything that comes to mind, if you want to contact us on hla@src.ac.uk, and your questions will be posed to Sylvia and myself there, and we can forward them on to the personnel within SRC to guide you there. But at this point, all I could like to say is I wish you all the luck, and I hope this has been informative to help you making decisions in this academic year. and we look forward to hopefully welcoming you, some of you, through the doors in September 22. So good luck and take care and have a good Christmas. Thank you. Goodbye.